Tired of the way he treats me. Tired. Oh my God. Y'all, I'm so tired. I'm tired. Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Britt, healer, astro girly, Jackie of all trades, owner of the Power Passion LLC. If you want to book with me, link is in the description box below. We do Reiki, we do rugs, the 2 R's. Can't get no better than that. Jackie of all trades. Amen that. So today we are here to talk about another failed talking stage. You know what? Another day, another failed talking stage. What's new? Man, these men be having me feeling like that meme with the lady in her white dress on the edge of her bed, hungover, just tired. That is me. I'm through. I am done dating for the year. 2025, I'm closing it out. No more men. Y'all are not going to ruin the rest of my year. So I'm really here to complain, but I'm also here to tell y'all what I learned from my experience, like what the lesson was supposed to be. You know, as a spiritual being, there's always a lesson in the foolishness. There's always a lesson in the foolishness. And I learned some things. I do. I always learn something, even when I don't want to. Even when I don't want to listen, I get a lesson. Thank you so much, God. Thank you. Anyways, let's go ahead and get into the grievances. I'm here for the public court of opinion. You tell me if I'm tripping. I'm not. I don't even need y'all to tell me. I know I'm not. Let's go ahead and get into the video. All right. So, began speaking to this young man. I don't know what we're going to call him. A name is going to... Why was the first name that popped in my... First name that popped in my head was Humpty Dumpty. This could have many meanings. I'm gonna call him Humpty Dumpty. Okay, so we started messaging on the gram. Like I told y'all, I only post once a month on the gram. I'm gonna do my dumpy dump. This month, I had my DR post. Luckily, he heart-eyed something with my face in it. He didn't even see the rest of the dump. So I knew he was interested in the face card. But then I had posted my poll stuff. Bad idea. But I just post my poll stuff all the time. This is regular procedure. Most men leave me alone. Most men don't really say much about the poll stuff. He watched everything that was in that poll thing. He didn't say nothing about all of the poll videos. Really, he didn't really say much until like we started talking later on. He started saying more stuff about it, but when we first started talking, he didn't really mention it. But there was a different dump that I posted, and I had my body in that. I showed my body off because God's work. Hallelujah. I was showing off God's work. I said, everybody stand up, make some noise for the body. And he said, excuse me while I make some noise. I said, okay, you know what? We can speak. And we were already kind of in conversation already by the time he said something about my body. So I was just like, you know, as long as the initial thing isn't just my body, isn't just sexual, I think we can work. So we're chatting it up. I found out he's into anime. I'm into anime. So I'm like, okay, you finna get on the roster. Another one, thank you. So the first day of chatting, it's just through messages, DMs. He asked for my number. I just gave it to him the next day. So he gets my number and then he's saying, okay, I can bring you some flowers to your job. I be thinking men be lying. So I had to call his bluff. I did. I said, let's go along with it. Sure. Anyways, he's asking like how to get my job. I ended up calling him on FaceTime. I'm trying to escort him to how to get to my job. I want to see, is he really gonna do it? You know, people like to talk and then you get up to the moment and they don't do it. I'm like, all right, let's see if he do it. Before the meetup, you know, men like to trickle in sexualness into things. And I had already told him before we met up, I said, don't be grabbing my ass. This is not that kind of party. No, I really don't know you. It's been 24 hours. I don't even know why I'm giving you this address of where I work. Not smart on my part, but I wanted to see what the man was about. And if all fails, I know my boss, aka dad number 2, he is a big man. He could squash you like a bug. So I knew I would be good. The police be over here. Like, I know I was gonna be okay. If something went wrong, I was gonna be okay. And I'm always asking God, I'm always asking Spirit, I'm always asking my intuition before I do anything stupid anyway. So yeah, I went ahead, gave him that address. So we meet up. I got my roses. He started kissing on my hand. Child. I said, man, I am touch deprived. Why am I excited off of this? Why am I excited off of this? I am touch deprived. I ain't been touched in about a year. That hand though, that hand placement, it just started inching. It started inching closer and closer to my butt. I'm like, didn't I tell you? My butt!
How many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man?
Y'all in these boundaries, but it was like he was already there, and I liked it because, like I said, I was touch deprived, so I was like, I'm gonna let this slide. You can have it. He tried to kiss me, I blocked it. We just met. Whoa, you can kiss on me, but not here. And not there either. Let's not do this. But I was like, okay, the man, at least he's about his word a little bit. Who knows? This could be love bombing. That's always in the back of my head nowadays, especially after the reading I got that I told y'all about earlier in the year. Love bombing. It's always going to be in the back of my head now. So we get deeper into our talking, I guess. And there were just certain things that I just, you rubbing me the wrong way. The wrong way. You supposed to be here. Man, let's get into it. All right. Something about this man, somehow the conversation always came back to sex. Somehow, although I told this man, I'm not having sex unless I'm in love, I'm not doing it. His response, I'm gonna make you fall in love in 30 days. I'm gonna make you fall in love in a few weeks. Is this a divide and conquer quest? You are not a conquistador. That's not love. What are we talking about? Oh my God. Man, just irritate me. So now I'm like, okay, yeah, this is a love bomber. And it just would not end. I was just so aggravated. At some point, it just got aggravating. I had to stop and be like, why do you do that? Like, why does it always come back to this? And it's like, you don't have nothing else to talk about. Like, you haven't asked me no deep questions. You're not really digging deep with me. We have conversations here and there, but we haven't even dug deep. You don't even know me. I don't know you. Why do we get back to this juncture? Why? And why do you act like it's crazy when I'm asking for money? Why do you act like it's crazy when I'm asking for money, but you asking for coochie?
Answer me.
Now we both uncomfortable. Answer me that. Child. Anyways, I bring up my concerns. He kind of laughing it off. It's pissing me off. I said, well, I'm going to talk to you later. And we eventually have that conversation on my concerns because what are we doing here? Like, are you even seriously trying to look for a wife? I'm asking you. You saying yes, but the actions ain't. It's not adding up. I'm looking for my husband. Please get the fuck out his way immediately. Get up out his way, ho. He said he was gonna chill out with all the sexual stuff. So I was like, all right, cool. Guess who didn't chill out? God. So that's really the first main grievance here. Let's get to the other grievance. All right, we start talking. It's good morning, gorgeous. I get a beautiful good morning text on time because I'm gonna check that time. Good morning, beautiful. Good morning, gorgeous. Good morning, start getting drier. I'm like, okay, what's up? You got a lot of enthusiasm when it comes to some coochie, but good morning, I can't even get an emoji in the good morning says, what's going on? And then he moves on, start calling me big head. My head not big. Let's not do this right now. If we gotta talk about heads, let's not do this. Humpty Dumpty. Let's not do this. So we go to big head, then it go to fat head. This is not that kind of party. Why do y'all sit and allow men to call you all these stupid ass names? These nicknames are so degrading. Where is my queen? Where is the love of my life? Where is my goddess? Hello? Why are you calling me big head, fat head? That was never cute. We are not in high school no more, Bookie. We are not in middle school. Like, y'all would not like it if I sat there and called y'all Mr. Dad Bod, Mr. Big Titty Man. Like, I'm not finna be calling you that. Like, what are we doing? I'm not gonna be consistently calling you out your name. That's irritating. And I told him, I don't want you ever getting comfortable negging me. Like, once he started doing it a little too much, I heard big head, then it went to fat head. I said, well, hold on now. Don't you ever get comfortable negging me. He's like, it's not a neg. Your head's not big. You know, it's just baby flirtation. I'm like, I don't find this flirtatious. Like, nothing is cute about it. It's actually very aggravating. He said, noted. You would think it's noted. I thought we was good. I don't know when this happened, but I just know I was bagging up all these grievances. I know at some point we was on the phone. Why did he fix his mouth to call me dummy? What made you think a girl ever wants to be called dummy by a man that is pursuing her? Let me know. Let me know if y'all like being called dummy. I'll wait. He called me dummy. I immediately hung up on the phone because this is not what we're gonna do. He calling back, and he calling back with the wrong energy. There's no apology in the energy that he keep giving. So I'm gonna hang up until you come correct. So he finally came correct with the right energy. He think it was a game. Hee ha ha. This is not a fucking game.
This is not a game.
I already don't like men. You're digging your hole right now, sir. I already don't like y'all. Please, this is not a game. So call back with the right energy. And I had to explain to him like why I do not allow negging in these dynamics and these relationships in anything romantic is because I understand how quick negging becomes abuse. It is a gateway ticket to abuse. Y'all keep on inching more and more. Like they get you with all these big extravagant things they'll do at the beginning, which he did at the beginning, which was giving me flowers at my job on day 2. He drove an hour and a half just to give me some flowers. Love bombing. Beautiful gesture. Love bombing though. So y'all are really good at starting big and then y'all come and trickle in a little bit of sprinkles of abuse. And it's just be like, no, I've been in this situation already. I'm not getting abused again. You will not see me in another situation like that. That's something I conquered a decade ago. Why am I still going through this? Dab is smack in my 20s. We are over 25. We are over 26 years old. You good and grown. What's going on? What's going on? I can do a little joke. We can do a little joke. We can slightly joke. You gotta watch with me. You gotta really tread lightly with your jokes. But why are we making this a habit for you to call me out of my name? And it's not even cute. If you're gonna call me out of name, I got some names for you. Beautiful, bodacious, my queen. We can go that route. But big head, fat head, dummy, God, erase them, God. All right, so let's go to the next grievance here. I told y'all there's something wrong with this man. He keep going back to sex. Something about me, I really don't like hypersexuality. I don't like talking about things I'm not about to do. I don't like talking all that sexual because I'm not about to back up nothing I'm saying. So there's no point in me saying anything. Why are we doing fantasy talk and we ain't gonna fulfill them? Why are we talking this way and it's not gonna happen? That's how I think. And I keep telling this man like, you're not getting inside of me. I don't know how many times I gotta tell you this. You're not getting inside of me.
How many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man?
But you know, men are like, I can try. And can I be honest? That is a predator mentality. That is predator mentality. I don't care. And I could tell by certain things he'll say that he is one of those people that are going to push on your boundaries. I don't like that at all. I don't like that. That's weird. He's very much a person where it's like, I'll try to get you to do it if I say no. No. So I always noted things like that. Certain things he would say that let me know that he really be like, fuck your boundaries. I've already had a man like this, please. I've already seen these patterns, please. And he's like, oh no, it's not like that. I'm not gonna disrespect your boundaries like that man did. You're trying to have sex with me when I told you I don't want to have sex. What do you think that is? You keep talking about this sex that we are not going to be having. You keep bringing up this sex that we are not going to be having. I already told you. I'm not having sex unless I fall in love. And I'm not falling in love with you. I already told you that one. I don't see myself falling in love with you. I told you. Not gonna happen, right? Why are we still here? Why does this keep getting brought up? And it's like, okay, I'll entertain you when it comes to like a little foreplay. Because that could possibly happen. I could possibly end up in that situation. Cool. But once you cross a certain line, please stop. Please stop. I already told you this is not going down. If I tell you this is not going down, why do we keep acting like it's finna go down? Why do you keep acting like it's finna go down? Anywho, we get to the part where I was ready to check out. All right, so one day we were talking on the lines of something sexual, but it was like, I was telling him like, I'm not on the type of time I used to be on. I'm not a dummy no more. I'm delivered. Tell me why he replied, no, we finna do that. You is not delivered. We finna be doing it. Meet the meat. Smackdown versus. What? Turn this off. I couldn't even reply to it. I'm just like, man, you ruining the moment. He just killed my horniness right there and then. I'm like, we is not doing that. That's not gonna happen. And I think for him, he was explaining to me that like foreplay and sex go together. And I think I understand that, but you just need to be with somebody that's on that type of time. That's just what I think. I think y'all just need to find somebody that's on that type of time instead of trying to get somebody that's not on that type of time to be on your type of time. That's what I just don't get about y'all. Don't y'all think that's a little rapey? Like trying to coerce somebody? Like, don't y'all think that's rapey? Just a little bit. Just a tad. Too much? No. Okay. Anyways, let's move on. Next day, he was pissing me off. From the wake up, he was pissing me off. Already talking about what? Bro. God. I was pissed off. This is basically what I woke up to. I'm not trying to hear that in the morning, especially if I'm not getting a good morning gorgeous. I'm not trying to hear all that. Why? Ew, that pissed me off. Like, I genuinely be wanting to harm y'all when y'all say stuff like this. Like, I be wanting to harm you people. We get later in the day. Mind you, y'all, that man told me he was gonna chill out. Why we get just a couple hours later, he talked about something that happened with his car. But I don't know no car stuff. What's going on? He told me what happened with his car. I'm like, don't sound good. I don't know what it means, but it don't sound good. Then he come up with this. As a young woman, do you want to be reading this? Do y'all want to be reading this from a man that's supposed to be pursuing y'all, courting y'all for marriage? The woman was too stunned to speak.
The woman was too stunned to speak.
Turn it off. Turn it off. So I was so furious. I don't think y'all understand. I was angry the rest of the day. I was angry for a good 6 hours. I'm thinking, yeah, I gotta talk to this man about this because this is infuriating me. But then it got to a point where I was like, okay, I've been mad for like 4 or 5 hours. This man should never talk to me again. I don't need this man in my life. I don't need to hear this every day. You are too freaky, overly horny, too pressed for pussy. I don't like that. Lust be cute sometimes, but all the time, even God rested. Even God rested. God. Oh my goodness. It's like every day I gotta hear something like this. I can't live my life like this. And then the conversations have no real substance. Like we can kiki, we can ha, we can laugh. Like we can be on a phone for hours. But I'm not trying to hear this. Especially when I don't even know you. And he'd be arguing with me, talking about, you know me, I know you. We are strangers. He be trying to fight that allegation. We was strangers. I don't know you. I'm trying to get to know you, but it's hard to want to get to know you when I have to constantly run into the wall of being hypersexualized. It's so draining. It just be like, oh my gosh, why? And it's just like you can't even feed the beast just a little bit. You can't even tease a man. He just gonna take it too far. Like, you give him an inch, he take a mile. Like, he took things way too far. I'm just like, when did I ever give you the impression that I would be on this type of time? And not to say that I gave him the impression that I wasn't on any type of time at all, but the type of time he was on, demon time. Hell. I rebuked that nigga. So, like I said, pissed off. I decided that night, I'm gonna shut up. After my hours of being mad, I just stopped texting him because I didn't text him about how angry that made me yet. I needed to process it. So I processed and I said, yeah, we can never speak again. I know he mentioned he would be friends with me if we didn't work out. I don't even think I want to be friends with him. So next day comes, I send out my secretary text, told him, like, I don't think this is gonna work out. I'm not who you're looking for. I didn't tell him anything about the grievance that he did. I just told him, like, I don't think this gonna work out. This man was like, well, anyways, where'd you go last night? You disappeared last night. What was you doing? So we started talking about last night and what I was doing. And then I'm telling him, like, I'm really not in a good mood because I really was not in a good mood at that time. But he calls me because I said, you know, I'm not in a good, happy, go lucky mood. We get in a conversation and then he starts like alluding to me cutting him off, and I'm just like, what do you think this is about? He thinks it's about him texting me late. It's not about that. You're doing the most, all that sexual stuff. That's what this is about. And he was like, okay, yeah, I get it, I understand. Do you? Anyways, we get deeper in the conversation and then he's like, well, let me see you tomorrow. Oh Lord. I said, as a friend? I knew it wasn't gonna be on no friendship shit, but can I be honest? I'm like a dog with a bone. You wave some food in front of me, I want to go. I was already craving first watch. You can't wave that in front of me and I say no. So I'm in my head, I'm like, I don't think I should go, but I want to go. I'm asking my pendulum. I'm asking my tarot cards. I'm like, in my head, it's a no. But I keep asking. And every time I keep asking, I ended up getting the answer that I actually want. And that's the problem. So I got a yes. We went on the date. Date was great. Okay? What? I kissed the man and everything. Mind you, the day before, that man couldn't touch me with a 10-foot pole. I didn't want him even near my coochie the day before. Not a mile near my coochie. Because I was just so turned off from the text before. But you wag some food in front of me like I'm easy. Easy like a Sunday morning. Wait, that is literally my kryptonite. That is my Achilles heel. Food. Gonna get me every time. Well, not every time, but this time it got me because I was like, okay, he said he was gonna chill, so we was booed up, honey. Kissing zone, okay? I'm telling y'all, I'm touch deprived. That's why I was going. Nothing sexual happened. Let's be clear. I got my breakfast. We went to the Battery. If you in Atlanta, you know. We went to the Battery, walked around. We went to an arcade. What? We was having a time. What? We was having a time. He took me to get my nails did. I was having a time. I was balling. He sent me some lunch money. Please. One thing about me, I'm gonna get taken care of. So I got my things. We had a good time. That night, something was off. But I kind of just was like, okay, this man is tired. Like, the tone he was speaking to me, like, I thought we was beefing. But he was just tired. So I was like, okay, I think. Let's see how this go. So we go ahead, and next day comes. I'm back at work this next day. I'm finally back at work. I've been off a couple days. We get on this conversation through text about the iOS updates and stuff. I'm still on iOS 17. So I'm asking him about like the updates, and he was like, at least go to 18. And I'm like, well, if I update my phone and I gotta relearn my home screen, I'm blaming you. Why out of nowhere? For no reason. This man calls me a dummy again. Dummy! He spelled that shit out. I said, ain't no damn way. Did we not have a conversation about this? Didn't I not tell y'all about that conversation where he said noted? Did I not tell y'all about the conversation where he understood, like, I don't play that shit? Did I not tell y'all? So I asked him, like, who are you calling dummy? Who are you calling dummy? Who are you talking to? Humpty Dumpty, who the fuck are you talking to? He thinks it's a joke. Well, I got something funnier for you. You're blocked. That was it. That was the straw that broke the camel back. Because it's already very clear in all of my grievances, in all of my instances, you have an issue with boundaries. Why? Why do you have issues with boundaries? I'm not finna sit here and find out what other boundaries you can break. I'm not finna sit here and find out how abusive you can get. I'm not finna sit here and find out if you could assault me. And it's just that simple. I don't know who the fuck you thought I was, but I'm a bitch that will block you for anything. I've blocked men for less. I don't care who you are. Don't call me dummy. What? I said, ain't no way. I read the text. I was so calm. I don't know why I was so calm. This is how you know I was pissed off. If I can look at something and be calm and know that this is your final moments with me, like, you've extremely pissed me off. I made the calmest decision I've ever made. I sent out my message. I said, it's very clear. It's very clear. This is not gonna work out. You love to disrespect some boundaries. I'm not here for it. I wish you the best. Blocked him immediately. Why I get a message on Instagram an hour later talking about that's all it took? Being disrespected and called a dummy. That's all it took. That's really all it took, huh? She's so weak. That Brittany girl, she's so weak. She should have just endured and let that man continue to call her a dummy. Let that man continually try to sexually coerce her. She should have stayed. She should have just used up all his money, huh? You're fucking dumb. You're fucking dumb. I love peace. I love my peaceful life. I love not being bothered by men. I love my alone time. I'd rather be alone for the rest of my life than deal with bullshit. This is why women's lifespan goes down every time they get married to a man. We are at risk, y'all. We gotta start thinking. The amount of stress men put us through, that shit don't be worth it. So yeah, that was it. That was the last I spoke to him. He ended up on sending his message. Niggas in their ego, I guess. And for some reason, that pissed me off even more than him sending the message of that's all it took. That really pissed me off. But you really pissed me off when you unsent the message. Hoe ass nigga. Humpty Dumpty ass. Man, I'm irritated. So, on to what I learned. So, what did Angry Bird Brittany learn? I, for one, learned more about my decision making and how I really have to sit and self-reflect. Like, I really need to sit down sometimes and quiet so I can make a decision that's clear, succinct, and I gotta trust whatever answer I get the first time. My intuition is not off. Nothing is off here. Nothing is off here. I have to just trust in whatever I'm being told, whatever I feel, just trust it and go with it, because I'm gonna be right every time. It's going to fulfill itself every time. I'm writing the script every time. Every time. I'm tired of writing this damn script, but it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Anyways, next thing I learned, my value, child. Like, your value really is shown in the way that you show up for yourself. Like, in the ways that you defend yourself, in the ways that you protect yourself. That is going to be a true barometer, a true measure of how valued you are. How much you are valued depends on how much you value yourself. And I truly proved to myself this time around how much I value myself, because it was like, this only happened within like a week and a half. I feel like if it was really about money, if it was really about just wanting to have a companionship, then I would have stayed. But it was like, I know I deserve more than just having money. I know I deserve more than just having companionship. I deserve what I want. And if I can't get what I want, I don't want it at all. I value my time, and I'm not gonna waste my time in spaces where I am not valued. And it's just that simple. I'm not gonna continuously do that to myself. So I showed up for myself in that way of cutting him off twice. I should have just did it the first time. I should have just did it. I should have just finalized it the first time. But I already knew he was going to mess up. I just didn't know when. Can I be honest? I gave him that other chance. I said, I don't know when you going to mess up. I just know you will. I thought it was going to be something sexual. It ended up being something else. He was immediately packed up out of there. Immediately. You got to go. But I can only have the same conversation so many times with somebody. I can only set my boundaries so many times. At the end of the day, the boundary is not for them, it's for you. The boundary was for me. I have to set the boundary. You don't have to follow the boundary, but you have to get the fuck on. That's what you got to do. And guess what he did? Booted. All right. Next and final thing I learned, it was about overindulgence and my limits on pleasure. I really got to get a little clearer on that. I don't like to get lost in the sauce, especially not the sauce of lust. Oh no. No. I gotta have some limits now. You know, let's be cool until a certain point. And I figured out why I have that certain point. And it's because I just don't like hypersexuality. I don't like being hypersexualized. I don't like being oversexualized. I don't like that energy. I don't like feeling like somebody's only here to get to my coochie. I don't believe men are deserving of coochie. I don't believe y'all are deserving until y'all have worked hard and invested. There's a certain amount of investment you have to put into me before I can think you are deserving of any piece of coochie. But I also learned on my part where there's certain things I just cannot cross. There's certain lines I just cannot cross because I don't know how people are going to react or respond. And it's like, it's so messed up because it's like you can't really have fun with men because you don't understand how far a man is going to take something. And it's just like, why do I have to be responsible for other people's nastiness? Like, why do I have to be responsible for the self-control that another man has? That is so aggravating for me. It's the same thing with like how they'll be like, oh, you need to cover up when a man enters your home. Like, why am I responsible for how nasty these individuals are? It's so aggravating. But I have to be responsible in a sense, I guess. I'm not responsible for where your thoughts go, but I am responsible for what I do. And I have to be real about, hey, this is just what it is. Men are disgusting humans. You can't give them an inch. You can't say anything sexy to them. Like, you would have thought throughout all of this story that I showed this man my coochie. I did not even touch this man sexually. The most sexual thing I did was grab his man boob, and that's literally, I couldn't help it. I'm sorry, Humpty Dumpty. I'm sorry. I couldn't help it. But guess what? Humpty Dumpty done fell off the wall and had a great fall. A fall from grace, I'm telling you. He's done. Do I wish him the best? No. I wish him what he deserves. He deserves a freaked out young lady to come in his life and rock his world. And that's not me. I'm just not her. And that's okay. I really just want to have a regular conversation with somebody. That's what turns me on. I am an intellectual and I can't turn it off. I want deep connection. I cannot turn it off. I am a demisexual. I cannot turn it off. I wish I could frolic out there with y'all, but I can't. I got limits. But yes, that's all we have for this video. Thank you for attending my yap session. It was real. It was fun. We out of here. I hope y'all enjoyed how irritated I've been throughout this whole story. Sorry for my angry outburst. My ego is very bruised right now. I told y'all this in the other video. I'm not having a good time. I don't know. I'm just like, how long am I gonna go through this? I feel like this is my prediction. And then I'm gonna go. This is my prediction. I got 2 more men left before my husband. My husband gonna be number 3. One of the men is gonna be a love bomber. The other one is gonna be genuine. We're gonna see what happens within those 2. I'll be back to tell y'all the tea, and then I'll be back to tell y'all about my husband. But yeah, that is it for this video. I love you all so much. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share before you leave. Make sure to like the video. Love you. See you in the next video. Bye.